Recording in progress. The problem that I'm facing right now in my automation testing is this part. Let it open. Let me show you. Let's see, maybe you guys write some ideas. For those who will speak up, if you can pass that microphone. And then Kul Khair is saying something. Ipo, could you please upload last? Okay. All right. So here is the task. So these are all like classes in the school or classes in the university, right? Psychology class, public health class, political science, политология, политизучение, engineering, technical studies, history, история, yeah? Civil and environmental engineering, biology. Like these are all offered programs. Now, if I click on one of them, you see this one costs $512, right? This one costs also $512. This one costs $337. And history costs $500 per credit. Let's see, education, $245. See, different prices. Now, what I want to do is when I click on filters, yeah, I'm gonna filter and I'm gonna say, hey, I want the price to be less than, for example, 175. It says there are 50 plus programs, yes. So 151 programs. Now, my job is, in my automation, this is what I need to do. After I filtered, it says 151 programs. I need to go into each one of them and check, what did I apply? How much did I apply here? $176. So it has to be equal to 176 or less than that. It's like I'm in cars.com, I'm searching for a car where the price is less than $4,000, for example. And it should find all the cars which are equal to 4,000 or less than $4,000, right? Right, Benazir? Did you buy a car? Is that how you're searching? Less than 4,000? So this is the filter, right? So now, as a tester, if I say like this, if I'm trying to filter for credits programs whose price is less than $176, then I have to make sure all the programs which are listed here, right? Their cost per credit should be less than 176 or equal to. So I go to this 148. Okay, this is good. And I go to this one 140. This is good. Okay. So I just need to, check all of them to make sure that the filter worked correctly. So 169, which is still good. That's what I need to do in my automation. Now, this is what's happening in my automation. So I'll comment this part out. Apply filter. Okay, wait for 2 seconds. Let's see. Apply filter, scroll down. All right, let's see. Now automation is running. It is going to open the page by itself, right? I'm not doing anything. It went, okay. You see, it brought down the price to 156. And now it's scrolling down. It loaded all the programs. Boom, it closed. It's fast. I can slow it down for you. Here, after scroll down to load programs, I can set the timer here to, instead of 500, 2 seconds, it will wait. And then here, after applying the cost, so it sets the cost. Scroll into view. Can I scroll into the view of, let me check 1 second here, ChatGPT. scroll into view if needed. Oh, you can use scroll into view if needed. Okay. Scroll into view if needed. Nice. Okay. So that's the method I'm going to use. That after setting the price, cost slider, await this that cost slider that scroll into view if needed. Let's see. And then it will wait for 2000 seconds and then it will wait, scrolls down all the way. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, I'm not touching it, right? It's opening and running the automated code. All right, it went, it set the price to 156 and now it's scrolling down, waiting, scroll down more, waiting, scroll down more, waiting, scroll down more. Okay, that's it. Good. So first initial part of the job is done. I went, set the price, and then I'm scrolling down to load more programs. Now, the important part of my testing is to go into each one of them, verify the price is less than what I have set it to. Open, verify, less than, okay, go back. Open, verify, less than, go back. But you see there's 151 programs and I have to open each one of them, verify it's less than that, and then scroll all the way. Is that efficient or no? It will be too much, right? So what else can I do? What do you guys think? My previous batch students should know the answer to this. Well, I mean, no.
But we need to click to each program, right? Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and
I need to
validate
click
each price, each program's price.
Mm-hmm. So what else? How can I verify it to make sure that all the programs that I have here, the price is less than $176? There has to be faster way than this, right? I mean, I can't scroll, I can't open each one of them, verify, go back, go to next one, open, verify, go back. It's gonna take, I don't know, one test case to run, it's gonna take maybe 10, 15 minutes, and it's too slow for automation. So that's where I'm stuck right now. I'm trying to come up with different ways. So what I was thinking, we have not covered API, right?
Not yet.
We covered the API definition.
In those skills, we covered the concept in API.
What is API?
It's application programming interface.
Mm-hmm. What does it mean?
This is something like related to backend, like some codes that is like implemented in by backend developers, and it.
Anna has background. Maybe she studied.
No,
What?
it's in the soft skills.
How is she so smart? Okay. Anyways, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's developed by backend developers to help us, like, get some data from the database. So it's a translator or bridge, right, between the front end and the back end. So it's the communication for us, which gets the data from the front end, the website, brings it to back end, which takes the data from the back end, brings it to the UI. So it just does that. It's like, if you think about it, it's the waiter in the restaurant. You come in, you are customer. Yeah. You sit down, you open the menu, and you order. I want, what do you eat, Benazir? I want lagman. Bosa lagman. Yeah. And then Miss Zia says, okay, I want salad with I don't know, avocados, yeah? And then Tim says, I want a steak, over medium, well done. And then waiter writes down all these orders and brings it to the kitchen. Kitchen is the back end where everything gets prepared. And when it's ready, again, the same waiter goes to the kitchen, brings it to the front end, the customer. So you see waiter, which is the server. Server is the API. So this is the bridge between the front end and back end. And here, that's what I want to show you right now. Here, it's too early, yeah? Okay, $297 I set it to, but I need to open the inspector tool. Remember inspector tool? And now, inspector tool, I go to network. Network, if I click this, you will see there will be a lot of calls, the API calls. It will call the waiter, server, hey, I want this, I want this, I want this. You will see that. Click, boom, you see? These are orders telling the server, hey, waiter, I want a steak, I want salad, I want soup, I want this, I want that, right? So if I open this, for example, and if I open this guy, boom, and then I think, oh, not this one, this guy, yeah, programs, see? It says 246 programs. In the UI, you see that here, it says 246 programs, see? It's also coming from the backend. It says 246 programs. And if I open this one, yeah. So this is 808. Not this, not this. No, where's it go? Oh, update no. 246 programs. What is going on? Okay. Featured. Okay. No. Oh, this one right here. Yes. Programs and list. See this first 12 programs. Let me scroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You see? If I scroll more, it will get more. So all these 12 programs, this is coming from the backend. If I open first one, let's look at the program name, program title. It says education, yeah? First one. There you go, education. And then if I go to the provider, I can see, let's see the college name. What's the college name? Rowan College, you see? This is the college name, right? Rowan College at Burlington County. You see the name? Everything that is coming from the backend in the API in this format. We call this JSON format. And what UI does, it just puts these in the correct places. That's it. Nothing else. I'm sure this degree, associate degree is also here somewhere. Let's see, program type, or I can search for it too. Ah, there you go, type, associate, see? Associate's degree. Title, education, see? Education. Let's look at the next guy, veterinary technology, okay? All right, so the first one, this is how data comes from the backend. How can I scroll this up? Okay, let's look at the second guy. Opening it and program title, veterinary technology, right? Associate's degree. Let's look at the provider. Provider is the college. Let's see, the provider name is Rowan College of South Jersey. Rowan College of South Jersey, see? And we can see the price too. Look, $148, right? Watch, the price will also be in here. Look, Austin State, $148. See, all this data that we see in the UI, beautifully wrapped, right? So it's like this. In the kitchen, when you order food, yeah, when you order food, this is what it looks like in the back end, right? In the kitchen, before your food is ready, this is what it looks like. And then, or something like this, yeah? And then once they prepare it, on your table, this is what it looks like, right? So this is UI, like everything is beautifully put together, cooked, made ready for you. Here you go. But before it's ready, it's all raw. They didn't cook it yet. This is what it looks like, right? Or something like this. It's not ready yet. So this is what the data from the backend looks like. I wish I could somehow make this bigger, but this is visible now. Yeah. So you see all these programs that you see in the UI, all those 12 programs here, they look like this when they are not prepared. In the kitchen, they're just sitting. And when they prepare, when they bring the food, this is what it looks like. Everything is its own place. When you eat, it's so delicious. And then, what did you say? Lagman, right? Lagman is so good, but before they bring the lagman, it's all hammer, what do you call the spaghetti dough, right? It's not ready yet. And then they mix dough, they mix meat, they mix all the stuff, cook it, and then bring it. So this is kitchen area, all the grocery. And this is cooked food. And this kitchen and the UI, the bringing people is called API, application programming interface. Good. So this is my for real problem right now that I spent 4 hours today. I still cannot figure out how to do this. Now, this is what I'm thinking. Every time when I filter for data, right? I change the filter, watch. I say, okay, now instead of 210, 203. See, it already sent something to the backend. Says, hey, I want to get the programs whose price cost is 203 now, see? I said, I want 203 or less. I said it here. And this API listened to it. Hey, he wants to filter by the cost 203 or less. So get me all the programs which cost 203 or less. And then backend says, I'm gonna respond. In our kitchen food is ready here, take it. And then it gives me all this. Here, preview. Okay, this guy. No, first one. Yes, it says here. Take the what? Oh, I didn't apply yet. Okay, apply. And now here it brings. There you go. Hey, 161 programs I have. Here you go. Take your food. Yeah. And then gives me a list of programs. So this is what I'm thinking to solve this problem. I'm gonna listen to all the API calls. As soon as I apply the filter and then see result, you see it's triggering API calls saying, hey, server, go get this from the backend. Hey, bring this from the kitchen. I want soup. I want salad. I want lagman. I want steak. As soon as this order happens, I want to listen to them and get all this information about the programs. Hi, Inge. Go into each program, and here I can see the price, remember? Provider, and then cost in county, $120, cost in state, 148. This is what I want. I just want to get this data and make sure it's less than 253. And doing this from this API, instead of clicking on each program, checking, it's much faster for me. I can go really fast, check, 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 make sure everything is good, boom. This is, it's a logic part, right? So something like that today, you guys will help me design First of all, let's start with a very simple task. In arrays, we covered arrays before, so I'm gonna start with array. What is going on? Filter cost, let's say. Public static void main. And here, I'm gonna create an array of integers. And I call it price list equals, I think I can just do that. And price is 123, 231, 425, 278, 836, 312, 432. Yeah. So this is my price range. Now, it's your task, guys. Okay. This is my desired price. And it is going to be 300. Okay. Let's say $350. Your task is to write a code. No, create a method. Okay, let me write down the task. Create a method which takes in the array and desired price, returns back an array with elements which are less than or equal to desired price. Okay, so input is this list right here. Output, this is what I want. So I want to see an array of integers where the price is less than 350, yeah? So 278, 312. So this is what I want as an output. Here, I'm gonna send it in Slack. Is that 824? There you go. So please complete it and send it to me, meaning in the chat. The reason I give you this task is because you see, in my real work, that's what I need to do right now. Yeah, filter all the courses where the price is less than or equal to my desired price. Already. So the first thing, public, yeah, static and integer array. I need to return integer array. Filter, what? Price. Okay, and here it will take integer array, prices, and then int desired or target price. Yeah, I can say target price. And when I call this method, I need to send this array right here, the price list, and my desired price, correct? Let's see, and it is also going to return an array, right? Filtered price list equals filter price, and then price list, and then desired price. Boom. Who's left behind? Who didn't understand? And now I'm gonna loop over the prices. But here's the thing. I need to initialize an array because I need to return an array, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. What I can do is I can count equals 0 and for int price from prices if price is less than or equal to target price, then count plus plus. Why am I using this counter? Count plus plus.
To make the size, yeah, array. For array size.
Yes, for array size. Okay. Array size. Because array requires a size, right? So array size plus plus. And then I say here, int result price equals new int with the size of array size. Boom. And now what I can do is I can also count equals 0. I'm gonna use that for int price, from prices if price is less than or equal to target price, then result price equals count equals price. One more thing I might need to do here is count plus plus after and return result price. There's gonna be a lot of questions here probably, right? Who not understand what part? Ask questions now.
I didn't understand.
All right.
Can you please send in Slack?
Yeah, I will send in Slack. You don't have to type it. So let's try to understand the purpose here. So I can count, instead of count, I'm just gonna use here index. Index. Oops. Okay, now, first of all, I created two variables. Do we understand this method signature, guys? No? Okay, let me remove public here. Okay, now, do we understand? What is this? It's a
Array of integer.
Array of,
return type.
integer.
Yes. That means we are returning, or this method is gonna return. So I'm gonna keep the public here. So this method right here, this is the method signature, right? So this method is public, meaning accessible by any class. Static, meaning it belongs to the class. I don't have to create an object to access this, right? Right? If it was non-static, see, this is complaining now. Then I would have to do this, filter cost dot, like this, right? Oh, I would have to call it using the instance of this class. You guys familiar with this one? No?
Yes.
Okay, then this is what I would need to do. Filter cost equals new filter cost, and then filter cost dot filter price, right? Because this is not static method. And static method cannot be called, a non-static method cannot be invoked or called from static method without creating an object of the class first. Only after I create an object, because non-static properties, members of the class, they belong to the object of that class. So to get rid of that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna put back the static here. So this method is static, and return type is integer array. So this method should return an integer array. Method name is filter price. It takes as parameter prices. First it takes integer array and integer variable. Now, inside here, what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna get this array here, and I'm gonna filter all the elements. Each of them is a price, correct? So I want to filter out all the elements which are less than or equal to the desired price, which is 350. And I say, okay. And the task says returns an array with elements which are less than or equal to desired price. Returns an array, not array list, array. Okay, so in order to return an array, first I need to create an array. But in order to create an array, I need to know, Aelita? How do I create an array? I need to know the size, right? For array, we have to know the size. You see right here? I have to know the size. So since I don't know the size yet, I just initialized size to be 0 for now, created a variable, right? It's equal to 0. And then I'm looping, I'm iterating over the prices array. This is a for loop, right? I'm saying, hey, from the prices array, each price, check them. If the price is less than or equal to target price, right? Target price is desired price, yeah? If it's less than or equal to that, then size plus plus. It was 0. So it comes and checks 123. Is that less than or equal to 350? Yes. So I say, I see 1 plus plus, array size plus plus. So I found 1. Okay, goes to the next one. 231, is it less? Yes. Okay, I found another one. So now this becomes 2, right? Array size plus plus increases it by 1 plus plus, right? So now it becomes 2. And then checks this one. Is it less than or equal to 350? No. So it skips. Goes to the next one. So the array size is still 2. And we go to the next one. 278. Is it less than or equal to 350? Yes. So then array size plus plus again. So now count becomes 3, right? Okay. And then goes to the next one. Is it less than or equal to? No. So now it skips it. Okay? We don't do anything because it didn't match this condition, right? We go to the next one, 312. Is it less than or equal to? Yes. Array size plus plus. Now, array size becomes 4. Yeah? And then we move on to the next one. Is it less than or equal to? No. So array size is now 4. That means we have 4 elements inside this array whose value is less than or equal to 350. Am I right? Benazir, am I right? How many I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I know what size array I have to create because I know how many elements I have, right? Okay, so array size is 4 now. All right. And then I say, hey, I'm gonna create a result array for the prices. And the size of it is going to be array size, which is 4. Yeah. All right. This is going to store 4 elements. Good. But I have to, here's another thing. When I'm storing elements to an array, I have to have index, right? At index 0, put this. At index 1, put this. Index 2, put this. Index 3, put this, right? I have to know where exactly I'm going to put inside the array. Okay, so for that, I created index, which is also 0, right? So now I'm going to loop over the prices again. And I say, hey, if the price is less than the target price, or less than or equal to, right? So here again, I'm checking the first element. Is it less than or equal to? Yes. So I need this. And I say, okay, in the result price array at index 0, put that price. So now we have inside this array, what? 123 first, right? All right. So I'm going to put 123 here at index 0, right? Okay. Next, 231. Is it less than or equal to? Yes. But after I put the first element in, I increase the index. Now index becomes 1, right? Okay, on the next one, I'm checking, hey, is the price less than or equal to 231? Yes, it is. Okay, then now index is 1. So at index 0, I have 123. At index 1, I'm going to put 231. Okay, and then I increment the index again. Now index becomes 2. Okay, let's check the third one. Is it less than or equal to desired? No. Okay, so nothing happens right here because it's not less than or equal to. And we go on to the next one. Is it true? 278? Yes, it is. So since index is 2 now, at index 2, 278. And then I go to the next one, 836. Is it? No, right? I go to next one, 312. Is it less than or equal to 350? Yes, it is, right? Less than or equal to 350. And I say, oh, we forgot to increment the index. Index 3. So at index 3, I'm going to put 312. All right, this is my array now. And let's print it out. System out println arrays dot toString and filtered price list. Let's go ahead and run it and see. There you go. See, this was our expected 123, 231, 278, 312, right? Who has questions? Who didn't understand which part? Maybe this was too hard for you guys, huh? Too hard? Yes.
Can you show the whole code?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I will share the whole code, by the way. One sec. In the Slack. Benazir is asking question. Microphone, please. Soon we're gonna buy a microphone that will sit like on the top and everyone will hear. No, seriously. Yeah. Go ahead, ask the question.
So I'm asking, what if we don't count indexes? Isn't it going to count it automatically?
these indexes you are saying, right? The
Yes, in the-
index where
in
we're
the
gonna
first
put,
iteration.
yeah.
So when we get each value, is it going to be put on index?
So here's the thing. If I so in order to put elements into array, this is what I need to do, right? Look. So let's say I have string and it's gonna be array flowers equals new string. And I want to add 4 flowers. Array always requires a size, right? You have to provide size. Now, how can I add, let's say my favorite flowers is lilians, is, huh? Lilac. Let's say my favorite flower is lilac. How am I gonna put that in here? How do you add? That's the important part. Yes. Yes.
Index by.
Yes. Flowers 0 equals lilac like this. Okay. You see? And then now, next one, I'll put here at index 1. Or you know what? I'm not gonna put that index 1. I'm gonna put it at index 2. So it's gonna be the third element. And not lilac. The only flowers I know, the name is rose. Roses. Now let's print it out. Oops, come on, Z, and flowers, array, arrays, oh, come on, Z, that to string and flowers. Let's run. Look at this. Lilac and roses, but the other 2 are null. Right? So here, I'm telling exactly where to put them, right? At which place. That's exactly what I'm doing here too. I'm putting them one by one, you know? And if I just, for example, put here 1, then you know what the output is gonna be? No. It'll be 312 at index 1, and all the others are gonna be 0. Only 312 instead of 231 here, we'll see 312 because that's the last time that we see, right? Watch. See? Only it's showing 312. Because first it puts this at index 1, and then it puts that also again at index 1. Then it puts this at index 1, and then at last it puts this at index 1 because I'm never changing, always putting it inside the index 1. Therefore, I do this now. Yes. Array list. With array list, of course, this is going to be much more easier because we don't need to know the size. But I wanted to, yeah, meaning like I wanted to see how you guys manipulate the indexes of array. You guys ready for next task? Oh, somebody was asking question online. Sorry, go ahead. Question online? No? Okay, then here's my question. I did send this in the Slack channel, right? Already. Okay, let's see. It's gonna be easier now, okay? So list string school list equals new array list, and I think here arrays is list, and I have to put here example Harvard and Stanford, Cambridge, Stan. Yeah. Okay, so given this school names here, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, four. Okay. I want you guys to create a method which returns a list of schools where the school name length is even. You understand the task? So expected output is, Tim, tell me. What are the expected output? So this is not, this is 7. So Stanford, yeah? And yeah. So that's what I want, okay? I sent it in the Slack for those who needs it. All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, so most of you already submitted your solution. And that's great. So the second task is, I'm just gonna copy someone's code here and paste it here. So I'm gonna copy from Ingest and just paste it here. So at the end of the day, when I share the code, I want to be able to. Okay. That and find even length school names, let's say, right? And then there's extra space I see here. What else? Array list. There has to be space here. There has to be space here. What else? And I would just name it as list. That way it's more readable. Good. That's it. And I'm just going to print out the find even school names, and I'm going to send school list. And when I run, it should print out all the schools. It didn't. Why? Because I need to save it somewhere first so I can print it out, right? List, string. What? Even name, even length. Full name list. What's this? Boom. Even name. Full name list, and it should, what? Oh, this shouldn't be size, right? Yeah, and also each element's length, right? School list dot get I dot length, right? This is one way, or we can use the enhanced for loop, right? For each loop, right? Which is much, I think that's better. So that's what I'm gonna use. So for string school name, right? If the school name dot length modulo 2 equals 0, then a list dot add school name. That's it. See? 3 lines. 3 lines of code. I think if we remove this, 1 line. Yes or no? I could even put it right here. That's fine. 2 lines. Now it's 2-line code. There you go. Stanford and Yale, yeah? Good. Want to go to interfaces, but if you guys don't know this stuff, let's that's fine. Let's go to interfaces. Package. Interfaces. Close all tabs. Wait, how do I create an interface? I just say Java class, right? And then interface, right?
Yes.
Okay, shape. Okay. What are interfaces? Why do we need them? Interface is a type. Yeah. And interface all variables, or what do we call them? Properties. No, all variables in interfaces are constant, which is public, static, final, right? Public means it's accessible, static means it belongs to the interface, because we cannot create a direct object from interfaces. And final means non-modifiable. You cannot change it, yeah? In interface. Final keyword means you cannot change it. You covered this, right? Okay. Interfaces can have static and default methods, as well as abstract methods. By default, all the methods are abstract, unless we use the default or static keyword. Okay. Abstract methods cannot have method implementation. Okay, abstract methods cannot have method implementations, which means method body, right? Okay, all abstract methods of interfaces must be implemented by, all abstract methods of interfaces must be implemented by child, right? Child classes, subclasses, yeah? Okay, good. We can do this, child or subclasses. Good. What else? A class can implement more than one interface, right? Cool. A type set of rules for implementing classes to follow. So interfaces they set up rules for implementing classes to implement, basically. They have to provide implementation. So earlier when I gave an example of shape, we had problem with calculating the area, right? For the shape, remember? Yeah, shape class. Shape class only has one method, draw shape. That's it. Because I wanted to implement here this, for example, public, let's say double and calculate area. Yeah, and then provide here, for example, to calculate area of a shape. Each shape will have different formula to calculate the area, right? What is area in Russian? Площадь.
Площадь. Yes.
How big is it, right? Yeah. So square, to calculate the area of square, we need to multiply two sides, right? One side by another side, side A by side B, because it's square, all sides are equal, right? Is that the area? Yeah. For circle, that's not the same, right? Here's the problem. When I implement this method for shape, for what kind of shape, what kind of method, like how do I calculate? This cannot be like rectangle class extends this shape, circle, square, right? Rhombus, all of these classes can extend, but the problem with this method is that there are so many different shapes. Each shape has different way of calculating the area. And for example, if I take here int height, int width, right? But circle doesn't have width. It has radius or diameter, right? So I'm not gonna be able to calculate the area for circle with this one. therefore, this was not a good example for me to use in the classes for shape. But here's the thing, the advantage of interface is I can set a rule here saying, hey, all shapes will have some kind of area, right? Right? And area can be calculated, we can all agree, in double data type, right? Like the square, circle, triangle, octagon, hectagon, all of these will have a area, and it can be represented in double data type, correct? So I'm gonna set the rules. So any class which implements this interface called shape, they have to also provide implementation, meaning write their own code for this method, which is abstract method, right? Abstract, and I say double calculate area. That's it. I cannot write here a code. Return, for example, 23 multiplied by 45.6. Even though this is correct, but here it says interface abstract methods cannot have body. Interfaces says can have, right? Abstract, static, and default methods. All right, so if I do not provide a body, I can even remove this. By default, по умолчанию, this method becomes abstract method. By default, without using the abstract keyword, this method becomes abstract method. Cool. Next. I think I need to take this and put in the beginning, right? By default, without using abstract keyword, becomes an abstract method. All right. So let's see, what else? All shapes have a perimeter, right? Perimeter means, Jumagul, you know, perimeter? Yeah. Perimeter is perimeter. Perimeter is the length of all sides of the shape. Yeah. Side calculate perimeter of rectangle. So perimeter means this side plus this side plus this side plus this, right? All sides, side A, side B, side C, side D, let's say. I add them all up. That's how I get the perimeter of the rectangle. But let's see, this was rectangle perimeter. What about circle? To get the, yeah, 2 pi r. The value of pi is 3.14. 3.14. And radius. So radius is the length between the center of circle to its edge, anywhere, right? So it could be from here to here or from here to here because all parts is the same since it's a circle from the center of the circle. And then diameter is length from one edge to the other edge, one end to the other end of the circle. But in order to calculate the perimeter of a circle, we multiply 2 times pi times r. Pi is it's a perfect example for constants. Remember, in interface, all the variables are constants, right? So pi has a double, let's say, double pi equals 3.14. Let's see, pi value is yeah, see 3.4. Well, it's this long actually. The value of pi is this 3.14, 15, 92, 65, blah, blah, blah. It's very long. But approximately most of the time, people use 3.14. And it never changes. And there's a really incredibly beautiful way of reasoning why exactly 3.14 behind the scenes. It's incredible. Really, really fascinating the way they came up, because think about it. By using this, you can actually, for real, calculate the length of the perimeter of the circle. Why do we have to multiply it by 2, 3.14, and the radius of it? And if you actually do it, it's correct. It's incredible why they used like 3.14 something something. There is a really, really big formula and reason that they came up with it. Many, many years of study. If I understood that, I wouldn't be here. But pi is used on even the stock market, stock exchange companies for their statistical analytics, something calculations to predict, to analyze data, they use pi. Can you imagine? Pi is like, it's some value. No, it plays a really big role in even making money. Big corporations, they trade billions and millions of dollars. We're talking, not small amount. Billions of dollars they trade, right? Every day, the Wall Street in New York, the World Trading Center, all the stuff. Even for their calculating algorithm for like analytical data, statistical analytics, some kind of prediction data, they use pi. Can you imagine? So pi is not just a number. It is a very powerful number. So anyhow, to calculate, so this is perfect example for us to use as, well, where did I put it here? All variables in interfaces are constants, meaning public, static, final. So imagine it has public, static, final. And as you can see, it grayed out, right? That means it's by default. You don't need to use, but I'm gonna leave it here. So because value of pi never changes unless you find some magically new way of proving that pi is this, it will never change, right? So we will keep this as a static final. Okay, let's keep it there. And now also I'm gonna use double and calculate perimeter. All shapes have perimeter, right? The length of the edges, whatever. So now in this interface, we have set the rules. Okay, all the shapes will have these stuff. And what else? What are some common things? Let's keep it at this. All shapes will have that and this. Okay. And I'm gonna create a class. Shape name, I cannot initialize. Once it's been initialized, I cannot assign a value to it. Okay. So a rectangle class. And this rectangle class, what's the keyword we use to implement interfaces? Extends?
Implements.
Implements, right? Good. Implements shape. Okay, why is it underlined with red? Yes. Yes. Look at this rule, right? A class, all abstract methods of interfaces must be implemented by child or subclasses, right? They have to be implemented. So we have to provide an implementation here. So rectangle will have int height, int width, right? And by using the height and width, we should be able to calculate anything we need for rectangles. Okay, and a constructor rectangle. And we're gonna use this int height, int width. This dot height equals to height. This dot width equals to width. Okay, and let's say public. Can we use static? I don't think we can use, no, it cannot be static, right? Because everything will belong to the object. Public double calculate area. Return. What's the area of rectangle? Width times length. It is width times height. Why width times, wait, this times this, right? Width. So this should have been width. And this should have, right? It's correct? Of a rectangle? So if this is rectangle, and this is length, and this is width, and this is length. Should be height, right? It should be height, there should be width, no?
This side is height.
Oh my God. Okay. So width, and this is gonna be length, yeah? Change their places too. I believe, yes, for yeah, width and length. So width times length. Width times length. Okay. All right, it's still complaining though. Why? Why is it still complaining?
Maybe we need to create this parent class, no? Abstract class.
No, we have shape as the parent, right? Interface.
Uh,
Oh, we have one more method, guys. Calculate perimeter, right? So double public double calculate perimeter. Return. How do we calculate the perimeter?
Length. Length.
2 times length plus width, right? So 2 multiplied by length plus width. Okay. Not so bad, right? But see, the good part is I am able to create, like, calculating the area and perimeter of rectangle right now. But for circle, it's gonna change. Let's say circle class. And for circle, it's going to change. For circle, we're gonna need the radius. Diameter, do we need or no? Diameter? No, what about diameter? We don't need diameter for radius, right? Because it's 2 times r is diameter, right? Anyways, or radius plus radius is diameter. Okay. Oh, we need to implement, right? Implement shape. Since it implements shape, now it's complaining because we need to create. All right, first of all, let me create a constructor and int radius. It's gonna be this dot radius equals radius. Okay. Public double calculate area, and it was return 2 times pi times radius. I don't think I need this because all the same precedence, right? 2 pi r, right? So radius here. Okay. Okay, public double calculate perimeter. Return. How do we calculate the perimeter of circle? Tim?
2 multiply. Yeah. No.
You are no help, my friend. 2 pi r. Yeah. Area is pi r square. Pi r square meaning r square, right? Okay. So this will be, and this will be area. Return, what was it? Pi r square? Pi times, how do I do square? Radius square.
2 times multiply r, right?
Yeah. Radius times radius. Right?
Yes, yes.
Or we can also use this math dot power of radius by 2. Did you guys know this?
No.
Instead of radius times radius, this means power. Power means this. 2 is the power of r. Okay? That simply means r times r. Right? So let's see the implementation here. It says returns the value. Come on, man. What? Returns the value of the first argument raised to the power of the second argument. So as an example, it doesn't show me. As an example, no, it's fine. So it's basically gonna return me, if I copy this guy and put it here. You know what it means, right? That means radius times radius, okay? Radius to the power of 2. All right, we did the calculate area for circle. You see, look at this too now. Come on. Yeah. Both are implementing shape, right? Rectangle class is implementing shape. Circle class is implementing shape. But the way we calculate the perimeter is different for circle, and it's different. I think I need to change their place. Yeah. See, the way I calculate the area for circle is different than rectangle. But now, since they both are extending, meaning implementing the shape interface, an interface method doesn't have a body, I can calculate using different formulas. Okay. So, what do we say? Geometry. Geometry class. Inside the geometry class, we can create shapes now. Public static void main and shape, let's say rectangle is gonna be equal to, oops, shape is gonna be equal to new rectangle. And the width of this rectangle is 4, which is the basically this part, right? Horizontal, vertical, and horizontal, it's gonna be 6. And I can do area of rectangle. Area of the rectangle is rectangle shape dot calculate area. Boom. If I run this, it should be area of rectangle. Let's see. Width times length. So it should be equal to times, yeah, 24, right? 24.0. Okay, and the same thing, we can have this perimeter and calculate perimeter. There we go. So the perimeter is 20. And the same thing we can create for circle. For circle, we just need the radius is going to be 8 and area of circle, area, perimeter of circle, circle shape. Let's run. There we go. So the area of the circle is 200 and the perimeter of circle is 50. Why area is so big? That's correct. Let's see. Radius times radius, right? Oh, it's the same. Okay, so that must be correct. Okay. I'm gonna send you all this code. So that's the interface. And then I will send you one of the, so for example, I will send you circle. Okay. I sent them both in Slack. Now your task is to create 2 more shapes. Not rectangle, not circle, 2 more shapes, okay? Whatever shapes you want to create, that's fine. You can create octagon, hectagon, hexagon, square, triangle, double triangle, star, anything you want. So it can have static method, something like this. Public static void, print pi value. And we're just printing the value of the pi. So in here, for example, I mean in geometry class for, or we can actually call it like here also, shape dot print pi value, see? Because it's static method, right? There you go. The value of pi is 3.14. Okay, now here's one more thing I want to show you guys. As you can see, I have created 2 objects of new circle, but the type is shape, right? So here, and I am calling the same method for calculate perimeter, calculate area, calculate perimeter, calculate area, right? And area of this shape is, area of this shape is, right? And then I could copy the same thing. This shape is, this shape is. So since I'm doing the same thing again and again, right? What I could do is put them in a maybe list of shapes, shape list, new array list, and I can say shape list dot add rectangle shape and circle shape. Oh, I can only add one at a time, right? And this is going to be circle shape. Now I can copy this for each. It's going to be shape from shape list, and this is all I have to do. I think I don't need, yeah. And shape, right? Now I don't need these, because I am storing these two objects into shape list, array list, and printing it out here. There we go. As you can see, it prints them out. And after each one, I can also do this. Oh, get on and see. There you go. Right? Area of the shape is, perimeter of the shape is. Well, we could also put name of the shape. That way it could show the name too. But this is enough for today. All right, thank you so much, guys. If you have questions, let me know. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.